Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I'm back with another Starcraft 2 1 versus 1 bot versus bot cast. We have got ourselves what should be a good one here today. It is one of the funnest bots to watch. It is BenBot BC. The name a pretty good giveaway. Those of you that don't know, the BC standing for Battle Cruiser. And taking on BenBot, it is going to be the master of chaos. It is Xenabot. Xenabot, the random, high level bot. It's so fun to watch all the games. And the last match between BenBot and Xena was really fun, so I thought, let's do another. In fact, some of you guys left a comment down below saying more Xena versus BenBot, so here we are. And go ahead and slap that like button like it owes you money. And then subscribe if you enjoy these bot videos but are not currently subscribed. Leave a comment down below. If you want to see more bots, say more bots to help with the YouTube bot. Looking at both of these competitors here, we've got a scout just going around their bases for both of them. It goes to show how stable they are, in the sense that they just want to deal with the cheese so they can get to their macro. And BenBot is particularly good at that. Likes to go for bunkers, then just expand up. Xena, this game it says it's going to be... I thought I saw it was going to be going for roaches. Maybe that was higher up in the chat. But anyway. We have got... yeah, just standard opening for the Zerg, standard opening for the Terran. Do have one Overlord moving out. I don't think BenBot's gonna get that, as it'll probably make it to a safe space. I think that's a cliff anyway. Maybe not. Is this Overlord gonna die? You gonna die, Overlord? Overlord! Marines! Get it! Go on, get it! One of the Marines did find that Overlord and start shooting away at it while his comrade is just like, nope, it's my break. Not helping. I get my 15 minutes. And so this Overlord may actually escape. It's going to be mighty close. Come on, Overlord. And it does escape. One of the luckiest Overlords there. That Marine just being left to its own devices of the basic StarCraft 2 pathing. Like, there was no programming there from BenBot. Xena's Overlord did not see an expansion. It did see the low ground wall. BenBot's now going for another bunker, interestingly enough, which I'll say, never a bad thing to have too many bunkers, as they are one of the... no, they're the only building that you can salvage once it's been completed. So, yeah, that is interesting. Some bots have it programmed in them to... some bots have it programmed in them to kill Overlords. However, and I'm not sure if BenBot does or not, is that would have been the first indication that BenBot was playing against a Zerg? Because BenBot doesn't necessarily know that it's playing against a Zerg. And so, there is a chance that, that BenBot hasn't necessarily done the scouting that it needs to yet. It may still be in the dark. Like, maybe this SCV is going to see a hatchery and then it'll queue into, oh, it's a Zerg. And so we do still have just a very safe opening for BenBot. Got two bunkers up on the high ground. Could work out very well, the positioning of those roaches try and go up that ramp. However, if they come from the left, it might not be as effective. And I believe we are going to see a roach attack from Xena, just because that is, that's how Xena rolls. And it did say that, so... yeah, BenBot very well set up here. Wouldn't mind burrowing. Tech Lab, Starport going up. And recalling to the previous BenBot versus Xena match, BenBot was looking mighty fine. However, it was unable to secure up an expansion due to Xena's insane creep spread, which I think has got to be the best creep spread out of all the bots. Like, like there are some bots that sort of don't spread tumors as much or as often as they potentially could. Xena just throws them up all over the place. As soon as that creep tumor comes off cooldown, it's spreading it again. And so the creep highway is already heading towards BenBot's base. There is the bunkers there. There is the siege tank. A roach immediately burrows after taking a shot. 4 SCVs pulled off the line to repair that. And then that bunker gets a little bit of love, stays safe. However, with the tank, with the Widow Mines, I think that BenBot should be fine. As it's very difficult to program an AI to break a position like this. Looks like Xena thought about it and then said, nope. BenBot's got a Viking hanging out on top of this roach. There's a Hellion on the way, not another siege tank yet. And then just turret going up, combat shield going on up. So BenBot is getting some items to help him potentially, or it potentially, play bio. And then Liberator on the way will help zone out some of them roaches. Xena does not make Ravagers. Ravagers, I think, are one of those units. The Corrosive Bile can be programmed to be dodged, so they're not going to get those big hits. We see Xena. It's so interesting how it, like, calculates, and then it thinks, okay, it's time to go in. And then I think it's just a bug. Well, not necessarily a bug. I think it's just the design choice in that, like, as soon as that other, like, it decides to go in, and as soon as that other roach pops out, it sees way more stuff. So it says, oh, I actually can't take that fight. I better retreat. The Viking for BenBot landing and then taking off promptly, as we've seen that happen in the past. So these bots are basically doing a rematch of our previous video, it seems. However, we're going to have to wait and see whether BenBot can get up an expansion or not. The problem is Xena's roaches are going to dance here up until the creep reaches like the 3rd and the 4th. So we're going to see whether BenBot can get up an expansion or not. BenBot's actually just popping out of its bunker. It's saying, get on out of here, you darn roaches. Go on, get. And those roaches are a little bit afraid to commit on in, so there is some good damage getting done by this bio, even though I think if it was a head-on-head fight, the bio would lose, but they've got that tank to fall back to, the Liberator, the bunkers, and more Widow Mines getting shots off on those roaches. So BenBot is trying to break free. It wants to break free, as there is a 3rd command center going on up for the Terran bot. It's got, just lots of upgrades and production still going on. But the problem is there's roaches en masse camped outside its 3rd. There's been 8 roaches died this game, but the problem is there's another 39 out on the map for Xena. This bio is trading out as well as it can, picking off the odd roach here and there. If there was another tank that inched forward, this Zerg could be zoned back, but that's just not happening. The command center wants to land, however, it's Roach City over there, so that's not going to happen. That prompts BenBot to scan, interestingly enough, or that may just have been because of the burrowed roaches. The bio is still getting really good trades against these roaches, because the roaches are not shooting that much because of the range. And so that's actually really, really good trades there for BenBot. 23 roaches have died now, and it seems that there may be enough Terran here to dislodge this Zerg. That's going to be the big question this game. Can the Terran dislodge the Zerg and get up an expansion? Because look at this, 8 minutes in, Xena's Zerg creep spread is ridiculous. It's just nuts. We got a Liberator sieging on up, and Xena has now said, that's enough, I got to get out of here. As did take a lot of losses. It fell down in supply compared to what its opponent had, and now the question is gonna rise whether BenBot can secure up this expansion. It was its fatal flaw in the previous game, not getting up the 3rd. I think we're gonna have a real game on our hands if it can get up that 3rd. There's a Raven about to pop on out. That will be the detection. Roaches unburrow and promptly die there, and this one creep tumor right here, that's the enemy. That's stopping the 3rd base going on up. So will it get dealt with or not? The Raven is moving out. Oh my gosh, like the creep tumor can be seen. BenBot, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? Get it. Oh, this could be so heartbreaking. Like, there's programming here. It's just not good. It's just bad. It's just not good enough to realize that. Okay, there we go. The creep tumor does perish. This should make the creep recede so the expansion can get up. So a 3rd base could happen. I'm not sure we'll see a 4th in this game at this rate, based on seeing how BenBot tries to expand. But there we go. The command center lands. SCVs immediately transfer like clockwork, as BenBot then turns that into a planetary fortress, which is not going to be easy to break. We see Xena planning on attacking the main with 52 supply. That is not enough supply to break this Terran fortress. Liberators, bunkers, Widow Mines, siege tanks, and a planetary fortress are getting on up. The Raven is moving on out, drops an anti-armor missile to soften those Zerg units up. Now, that planetary isn't done yet. There's, however, a lot of bio still here to defend this base. We see BenBot, interestingly enough, kind of grouping some units at the natural, grouping some at the third. And Xena, yeah, is just not going to be able to break this location, I don't think. We do have one battle cruiser that's been made for BenBot on the other side of the map. I believe it just teleported across. Didn't get too much damage done, it seems. Yamato cannon is being researched for it, and its teleport will come off cooldown. But I'm really excited this game. BenBot has got so much more life now that it's been able to get up that third base. We'll see if a fourth can ever happen or not. But yeah, this game is going to look a lot better for it than the previous one, that's for sure. As the Terran is approaching max out, the Zerg is approaching max out. I would like to see a couple more siege tanks for BenBot to utilize those, because like they'd be so good at breaking this stalemate just by creeping out. However, the battle cruisers are BenBot's bread and butter, so it's making 2 more of those. It's going to have to contend with infestors, though, as neural parasites being researched for Xena. That's the hard kill on battle cruisers. We've also got, what do we have? Just 5, now 6 bases going up for Xena, so it is still expanding. The Terran is trying to push out a little bit, and this is one of the things that does concern me a little bit for BenBot. Its Marauders are actually getting great trades with only 1 Medivac to support them. They're stimming like mad, which is not something a lot of Terran bots do, is actually utilize stim pack properly. So BenBot's Marauders are just going ham right now, and then more battle cruisers are being made behind this. My concern for the use of bio, the prolonged use of bio by BenBot, is that it never seems to get upgrades for bio units. No attack, no armor, and so that's going to look better as Xena is now getting 2-2 on the way for this Zerg army. We've got a lot of bio stimmed forward. Lings are just getting shredded on up as they're afraid to engage. BenBot has been getting phenomenal trades this game at 10,000 resources lost to 2,000 as, yeah, Xena has just been afraid to engage, it seems. And then Xena now retreating on out. Battlecruiser tried to use Yamato cannon over its target, I believe, escaped vision there. And yeah, BenBot breaking free, moving on out. It's chosen its 4th base location to expand. The 1 Raven to clean up the creep. Really cool on paper, however, the problem is that there's just so many creep tumors here. BenBot may need some tweaks there as... yeah, BenBot tries to move on out. It's been taking great trades because it's been the defender. As it starts to move out, that may change, however. There is now actually 1-1 upgrades getting researched for BenBot, so I'm really glad to see that. Ship weapons being researched too. We'll see if it heads towards 3-3 with those BCs eventually. And Xena right now is just building up a big Zerg ball of Hydras, Queens. And there's some infestors out. We'll have to see if they can get good neural parasites off. However, BenBot is definitely transitioning into its mass battlecruiser composition. The Raven and a Marine trying to clean up some of these creep tumors. And they're having a little bit of success here. There's a burrowed Roach getting chased on down. The Raven kind of jumping around, allowing some of these tumors to be cleaned up, but you got to get every tumor. That's the problem, and oh boy, here we go. In comes Xena with an attack. Neural Parasite on 2 battle cruisers. Yamato cannoning their comrades. Then looks like a couple of them do blink on out of there, or teleport on out of there. Xena doesn't seem to utilize that to teleport the BCs to a killing zone. Light Cannon Anna and Aerith do, I believe. Now, that 4th base has almost been cleaned up as far as the creep goes, but okay, there's another turret getting dropped. The problem is the Raven kind of dances around, so we see 1 more of those tumors go down. Looks like there is another that will die, and I think there's still that 1 problematic creep tumor, though. Looks like BenBot has another battlecruiser neural parasited, but they're not really getting killed off here. There's just so much strength in the skies for the Terran bot at this point, as Xena is really just throwing away resources, trying to attack on in here. Roaches en masse. There is Hydralisk, Infestors, 3-3 on the way for the Zerg, but making Lings and Roaches at this point when there's 8 battle cruisers out, I think is not necessarily going to work out. That being said, Xena can take terrible trades due to the base counts, for now anyway, as BenBot, oh my gosh, is having more creep spread. Xena's like, all right, cleaning up the creep. Or BenBot's like, cleaning up the creep. Xena says no, as this Raven will get more energy for a turret. But if tumors keep getting dropped on around here, that's going to be really problematic, as that Raven does drop the other turret, tries to clean that up. We see neural parasites on the battlecruiser still going down. There's not any battlecruiser kills just yet, though. And that seems to be a problem with Xena not teleporting the BCs to, like, a Spore Crawler forest. Queen going down, another Neural Parasite gets dropped as that BC becomes a traitor momentarily. May kill a Viking, not quite. So the kills just are not, although they're just not there. We see a Yamato cannon hits a BC, but they instantly teleport on out. That's the problem. This one's kind of being walked around, but there's nothing really there to kill it. This base is still being denied, however, so BenBot unable to secure the 4th base. It got a 3rd base this game, but I don't know if BenBot is being efficient enough in this game to win off the back of just 3 bases. It's already mined out its main pretty much. The natural won't be far behind, and that critical 3rd is still there, as this Raven constantly trying to clean up these tumors, but there's more tumors being placed all over the map as these queens for Xena are still active, it seems, dropping down tumors. Yeah, see, there's one pooping on the ground right there. I missed it, pardon me, wherever she went. But that means that new tumors are being delivered to this Terran base non-stop, and BenBot isn't cleaning it up. The behavior isn't aggressive enough when it comes to cleaning up these tumors, because yeah, look at this, more tumors spreading right on over here. That is not good, as one Raven dropping auto turrets at an energy regen rate of, I believe, 1.2 a second is too slow to clean up endless creep tumors being spread by the Zerg, and that really is phenomenal for Xena. So Xena's been trading so terrible this game, with 30,000 resources lost to 6,400. However, BenBot is only on 3 bases, and that may be the case for the rest of this game. Auto turret and battlecruiser trying to clean up some of these creep tumors. The Raven doesn't seem to, like, target tumors, though. It's on a random path to reveal them periodically, but then, like, it doesn't lock onto tumors. It's just automatic pathing. Battlecruisers have been trading out non-stop while this goes on. Xena may be denied a base here. That would be nice for BenBot. Even if it can't take the base itself, if it can stop Xena from taking the base, that could potentially help it out in the long run, as resources lost are still looking mighty good for BenBot. However, it is 1,000 resources lost higher than previously, as it bleeds off ground units. The BCs are, of course, not dying, and that is what BenBot's trending towards, an entirely battlecruiser-based army. So the efficiency may get better, but it is going to lose resources while those Marines and Marauders die over time. The Raven's still trying to clean up tumors. There's no new tumors. Or actually, yeah, there is. Look at this. There's a queen. She's just going to waddle on over here and drop down a tumor. It's so... just so aggressive, the creep spread of Xena. It's incredible. Using it really as a tool. Battlecruisers getting neural parasited once more. Yamato cannons being attempted there as that infestor scurries away after a scan, and then the BCs are moving on north once more. There's just not that much anti-air for the Zerg, though, so these BCs get crazy efficiency. Neural parasites going down on the battlecruisers. As soon as they take damage, though, they teleport home to be repaired. And the repair could be BenBot's undoing if it eventually runs out of resources. We do have 2 battlecruisers finding some of the creep tumors, but not all of them. And yeah, I almost want to talk to BenBot's authors, be like, so, these long games against Xena, are you going to change the creep clearing? Or is it one of those things that's so rare that it ends up in these situations that maybe it's just one of those things? We have got battlecruisers teleporting on in as the Zerg army continuously gets cut on up. Income-wise, though, Xena's bringing in 4.5 grand a minute, and BenBot hasn't really been attacking. It's been strictly on the defense, which works when it has more bases, but its money is going to be running dry relatively soon. It's making more and more battle cruisers, though, so that means there'll be less supply that it constantly trades out, and the BC efficiency can go up 32 kills on that guy, 22 on that, 33, 31. These battle cruisers are all just... they're all just beasts, that's for sure, as the Zerg constantly bleeds out units. Can afford to, though. Xena actually got a little supply block there, having to make more Overlords, I guess losing Overseers. Has a price. The Raven is making headway. I'm a little bit worried about these two tumors that are far off to the right side here. It does get in range of them, though, as it does its pathing thing, so you're telling me there's a chance. I might cheer if BenBot gets that base. That command center is somehow hovering for years, it seems. Just not running out of gas. It's able to stay afloat. Yamato cannons going down as battle cruisers become foes of each other. However, that infestor gets deleted there. This Zerg base got deleted. And the creep is still there, though, so that's not an expansion location for BenBot. We've got the battle cruisers actually teleport for BenBot in an aggressive move. They killed off one base, and they say, right, time to go take down another. As all of a sudden, BenBot says, I choose violence. And Xena's ground-based composition, I don't think is doing it for it here. It's not killing any BCs. If it utilized a Spore Crawler Forest method, that would work. If it made Corruptors, maybe that would work. I guess the author just said, Hydras and Infestors are pretty darn good against BCs. We see two tumors left. Does it go down? Yes, the final tumor goes down, and BenBot may be able to take this base. I wouldn't be surprised if we see another Queen scurry on over to deny that, though. And yeah, just checking. There is no more tumors there. Pardon my observing if it's all over the place, as these bot games get all over the place trying to observe them. I do try and keep it as steady as possible for you guys, though. And look, the base does land, so that's going to give BenBot new legs in this game, as the timing couldn't be any better, as it's just about mined out. 3 mineral patches left on that base, so we now see Xena on the receiving end of a battlecruiser teleport as another one of these hatcheries goes down. It's trying to re-secure this base. It is really going to cut into the income of the Zerg, though, as, I mean, even Xena is going to be mining out like its third, its fourth relatively soon. So it's going to need those bases on the outskirts. And to see BenBot using tactical jump offensively is huge. It's killing all the larvae surprisingly quickly, seeing as how those things are almost indestructible. And then the fourth base is getting up. It's turned into a planetary. The Raven trying to be a hero, dropping an auto turret. However, the battle cruisers are all of a sudden evil with that neural parasite. One of them gets teleported on out. I'm not sure where they got jumped to anyway. Just out of Xena's face, I guess. Yeah, BenBot does have up this fresh base. If it can mine effectively from it, that'll be huge. We are seeing great infestor usage. Taking this battle cruiser over, it's going to shoot. It's shooting everything. SCVs, the siege tank, Lings are coming on in. This base is under threat as the mining hasn't really happened yet that we've been waiting to see. And BenBot is getting critically low on resources here. And there's the chance that this could start a negative spiral for the Terran. Like if it starts pulling SCVs to repair the base, but then it doesn't have resources or something. As... yeah, there is a chance that Xena could interrupt that. However, Xena is doing so poorly compared to earlier. It's losing bases all over. It has established this location as BenBot, with its very sequential expansions, now wants to take this location to the north with the command center floating on over. How long it's going to take to clean up all of these creep tumors, we can only guess. And BenBot, though, still constantly killing bases, scanning to kill creep tumors. The Raven's flying around, and this base is mining away, and I think we've seen what BenBot needs to win against Xena, and that is evidently a third and a fourth base. I wonder if Xena could have won if BenBot never got up that fourth base. However, I think we can say, without the creep spread of Xenabot, it would have lost this game without a doubt. Denying BenBot's bases is where it gets its efficiency. The problem is I don't think a single battlecruiser has died this game, whereas there's been 150 dead Hydras, and like there is the neural parasite, but it's not getting killing moves, and that's why we see Zergs use the Spore Crawler Forest or make Corruptors too to secure kills on the battlecruisers. Neural parasite it, teleport it to teleport it on top of a bunch of spores, you kill the battlecruiser. And so if the Xena bot author wants to make their bot beat BenBot, I don't know, maybe buff the creep spread a little bit, make it even more aggressive, and it may never lose. However, it does need to change its late game composition, it seems. Not surprising though for a random bot to not have the most polished late game. Like it's very strong, aggressive. It's sent wave after wave of units at BenBot, but just BenBot's so efficient with the mass battle cruisers. Some autocannons going down, killing off everything, and yeah, I think Xena is done for. Like, it's still making lings at this point in the game. It's still making roaches. It just doesn't really adjust its composition, it seems, based on what its opponent is doing. Look at that, like another neural parasite. There's even a teleport used, and oh, the teleport gets cancelled when the neural expires, interestingly enough. We may actually see the first battlecruiser die this game. Yeah, we do. Look at that. One battlecruiser dead for Xena. 11 more to go. As the blue Zerg is still high on supply. This battlecruiser isn't being shot either, which does seem to be another pathing mistake. Like, the Zerg units are grouping up around the BC. They try and use the teleport, but they do not shoot the battlecruisers when they're neural parasited, whereas getting that kill would almost certainly be worth it. This one doesn't have a teleport, so there is a chance it could go down to the Hydras and Queens around it. It's going to try and get on out of there, and I think it will, as there's just not enough Hydras. There's 23 Roaches and 6 Hydras against mass battlecruiser. BenBot actually secures the base in the bottom left. I'm interested to see. Did that command center die? No, the command center didn't die. I guess it just saw this base down here was free and floated over. Pardon me for missing that. Another command center is about to be built, though. BenBot has got all the money it needs with a 5th base secure, and with battlecruisers not being killed, I think Xena is done for here, ladies and gentlemen. And it's good to see that these bots trade games on something as simple as whether BenBot can get up a 3rd base because of how it clears up creep. And yeah, it goes to show the nuances of these bot games. We see a couple neural parasites going down on these battle cruisers, but there's just no way that they're all going to be killed against a Zerg with too many roaches. So anyway, we do see roaches coming on in here and attacking non-stop. Like, the roaches are not getting value. They've harassed, they've killed SCVs, but just once the Terran hits that mass battlecruiser composition, you need Corruptors, you need, I don't know, more Hydras or Infestors, really. And that's why BenBot always tries to get to this composition in its games. It's very good. Its defense is really good. How it always gets a mine next to a planetary or a siege tank, usually, as it trades so efficiently against these bots. And yeah, we're fast forwarding to the death of Xena, I believe. How many creep tumors are on the map right now? 606. And it's still spreading creep. Xena saying it's got a stuck worker. I wonder where that guy is. I do not know. I mean, Xena's still mining away, but only the one BC has died, so we're not missing much as we fast forward to the end of this game. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, consider becoming a YouTube member if you do want to support this niche content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Join the Discord, which is linked down below. Consider becoming I already said consider becoming a YouTube member. That's what happens when I do things out of order. Anyway, you guys know the drill by now, if you're tuning in 32 minutes into this game. And yeah, BenBot cleans everything up. And a really, really great game all in all. Another command center moving out, trying to take an expansion. Once again, the creep forest, the command center says, how about I go down there? That looks easier. And it is cool to see that BenBot does have that behavior. If there is an actual free base, it will reassign the command center to there. As the Terran is slowly taking the map back. Albeit very slowly, but it's still happening. We've got some SCVs long-distance mining, weirdly enough. Either that or they're heading on home to potentially repair something. That is some weird worker management going on there, BenBot. Battle cruisers continue to delete everything that Xena has, and it's taken a while with all this Zerg that's been around. And yeah, I'll have to see, maybe cast some more BenBot games against like other late game bots, like against SharkBot or Eris or Canonana. If you guys want to see more of that, if there's anything you want to see in general, leave a comment.